I'd say independence is about navigation. Because if you can navigate your ship freely, then you're independent from everything else. Now, most people are stuck on someone else's ship, someone else is steering, because it can feel scary to go out on your own because you don't know what you're doing. What if you end up on the wrong path, on the wrong place, doing the wrong thing, and then you're not successful, you don't make money, or whatever your particular focus is. But what you have to remember is that no one knows what's going on. So you might as well default to listening to what resonates with you, because it's about you following what's interesting to you and what resonates with you. And in order to learn to do that, you have to start observing how your being or your ship works, because in order to navigate, you have to learn the controls, the quirks, and maybe the holes in the ship where the leaks are. And the leaks are fear, and whatever pulls you away from you following your heart, your interests, what resonates with you, and what you actually enjoy doing, what you love to do. Because when you love to do something, you're more likely to succeed because you have more energy to do that thing. At least that's what's true for me. When I do something and I enjoy it, I'm more likely to put in the work, and I'm more likely to forget about where I'm going. I'm not so stuck on the goal. Instead, I enjoy the process. The process of learning, of improving, of making mistakes and extracting wisdom from those mistakes. So, what is it that stops you from following what truly interests you? When you look closer, you find all kinds of things, like maybe your friends say this, or society or your family doesn't agree. Well, you can always start following what interests you by taking a tiny step. You can sprinkle in some practicality. You can have a job, you can go to a college, or whatever people say you have to do. That's not an excuse, because you can do that if you want to and do what you enjoy doing. So it's not black and white. It's not you have to do this, so you can't do that. It's more like you can do everything and you can follow what interests you. And as you start navigating your own ship, you start seeing that you can trust yourself. You can notice what you're interested in. And when you do that, your mind starts coming on board, because it starts seeing that when you follow what's interesting to you and what you enjoy doing, you're happier, you're more satisfied, you're kinder, life just improves. And it's not going to be easy in the beginning, because there will be fears, there will be anxiety and everything else. But navigating your own ship and being independent starts by you noticing what actually draws you, what's magnetic, what pulls you, what do you seem to have the energy to do. Now, there are many things you may be thinking at this point to maybe use as an excuse and say, well, Henri, I enjoy playing video games and there's no one making money doing that. Well, there are people making money doing that. And remember, it's not always about money either, because you don't know where these different paths lead. So any excuse you have is only an excuse against yourself. It's not so much at this stage about, is this going to work or will I succeed? It's more about starting to trust yourself, starting to trust that you can make decisions in your own life, acknowledging that you'll make mistakes, you'll learn from those mistakes, and realizing that when you do this, you'll be much more likely to actually enjoy your life instead of following or stepping on someone else's ship and thinking they'll take you to some destination where you'll be happy. So forget about all of those and start looking at what you actually enjoy doing. What are you good at? What makes you come alive? And what's a bit scary for you to do? Because there's always fear and anxiety. There's always some obstacle stopping you from actually doing what you enjoy. Otherwise, we would all be doing exactly that. So even today when I'm making videos, I'm writing books, I'm helping people, or just living my life, I still have fear. I still have anxiety. But the difference is that I've been doing this for so long that it's so much easier for me to refocus on what matters. So it's kind of like there's a fear that pops up. It takes me away. I refocus. Fear comes. Oh no, what if? No, refocus. And I just keep moving forward, taking tiny steps. Or navigating my ship, to keep the analogy and example consistent. So to live an independent life, you first have to discover how you actually work. How do you navigate your ship? How do you follow what resonates with you? And then having the courage to actually do that, to challenge your mind, your family, your peers, society, or whoever is against you, or whatever obstacle you have in front of you, having the courage to actually jump over that obstacle and to see that it's not really a problem. Because when your mind says something, let me take an example from my life. When I was writing my first book, I had a lot of fears about, okay, what will people think? They'll see this and I'll get a lot of 1-star reviews and it'll go to not a good place. And instead of getting stuck in that, I refocused and focused on what I actually could do, which was to write the book, do my best, and see what happened. And then if no one liked the book, I could learn from it, learn from my mistakes, and do it again and keep doing it. Because if I enjoy doing it, I'm not going to let my excuses stop me. And to date, that first book is still my most popular one. So what resonates with you? Learn how your body communicates with you, how your energy moves, and then take tiny steps despite the excuses that come up in your mind, despite the seeming obstacles. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Just keep navigating your ship in the approximate right direction. And sometimes that direction changes, and that's fine.